Our 10 designers had to fight against hundreds of applicants just to be chosen as one of the finalists for the Fashion Fund.
Should we vote?
Hello?
Hey, it's Steven from CFDA.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund judges are inviting you to be one of the finalists.
I wish I could stop crying.
Once they were chosen, the hard work began.
We've got a lot to do.
The designers are put through a series of very difficult challenges.
Welcome to Kate Spade and Company.
Calling all curious.
We have assigned each of you a cultural event.
Your challenge is to film a 15-second Instagram video.
We tested their creativity
Being a young designer, you have so many ideas and you just want to showcase all of them.
and their ability to convey their brand to the judges.
I'm a shoe designer.
This is my first attempt at children's wear.
If I had to describe CG in one word, I would say transformative.
Let's run.
We visited their studios to see how they work.
The floors are in a little bit of a reno state. I apologize.
This is where it all goes down.
And we gave them honest feedback.
It's obviously very street what you're doing.
You've got to be less nervous.
It all comes down to one night, the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund Awards Gala, where 3 designers' lives will be changed forever.
You can taste it, you can smell it, and you want it.
I fought tooth and nail to get to this point.
The winners of the 2015 CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund Awards are...
Every year, hundreds of young American designers apply for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is really the first of its kind, and indeed the only one of its kind.
Anna Wintour from Vogue, Diane von Fürstenberg, Jenna Lyons from J. Crew.
Those people can make your career.
We want to support designers that are going to be the future of American fashion. If you look at the landscape of American fashion, it is filled with designers that have been through the Fashion Fund.
Winning the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is like winning an Oscar. And at the end, the winner gets $400,000 and a mentorship with an industry leader.
10 designers, 4 months, 1 winner. This is the Fashion Fund.
Nice to meet you.
The judges are scheduling site visits at the very, very last minute. So the designers have no choice. They really have to accommodate because this is their last time to really one-on-one impress the judges.
We pull those tires off the beach in Kenya.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
To us, site visits are very, very important.
You know, it's like a little puzzle, and all of a sudden you realize that some people have a really complete puzzle, and some people's puzzles are a little bit off.
This is divine. Can I order one of these? I love this. This is fabulous. I want this too.
What is this made out of? Looks like leather.
Cool. It looks, yeah, so it's a waxed crepe from Japan.
It's incredible.
I may have to buy my wife some furry shoes on your website.
You want all 3 colors?
All colors.
These site visits are expensive for you.
For me, it's just like clothes for the boat.
What would you do with the money?
I would hire a sales director. I'd also love to open a really small store in the east side of Los Angeles.
We're working on favors. We have 1 employee, and if we were to win, we would hire someone in-house.
We're in survival mode at this point. Where our business is, we need the mentorship and the money, both.
Bye.
Perfect. Okay, thank you for coming.
I like them.
We did a lot of shopping.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Are you here for us?
Yes, ma'am. We have to walk up.
How many floors is it?
We're up on the 4th.
Diane becomes a personal fan of a lot of these designers. She invests in them very emotionally, and she is the chair of the CFDA, so she is an incredibly important site visit.
Now, site visit is maybe the most high pressure because it feeds into the final decision.
Here we are.
Thank you so much for coming. This is such a thrilling moment. So this is Chroma headquarters. This is where all the magic happens.
I mean, it's very S&M. You can get beaten on this. Okay, give me that. She's so talented.
That's where we all began, is with the corset boning, thinking about scaffolding for the body.
What I love more than anything is the body architecture. Can you have my camera? Let me take a few pictures.
All right, that's good.
You've been a judge in this competition for, so long, and every person is so different. And I don't know how you choose. I mean,
We don't know either.
yeah.
We don't know
It's
until the
so
last
We don't
minute.
even know.
I'm nervous.
How much exposure have you
It's
already
been
had?
incredible, honestly.
Your business
the
has changed
sales,
already.
Yeah.
Her designs are almost industrial design, but it's interesting and it's new and it's fresh, incredibly original. And I always like original. All right, that's it.
That's it? Oh, man.
That's it.
Yes, I want to win. I feel like I should win. I feel like I should be at the top. Every challenge I've taken head on. I mean, I'm the only woman making clothes for women, period, in this whole competition. So I feel like there's a strength in that.
Welcome to Gypsy Sport. Thank you.
Reed Krakow is a designer who can bring his experience creatively to influence the creativity of these young brands.
Oh, these are the shoes. They're so cool.
Thank you.
Are you gonna sell them?
Yeah, we're setting up for sales this week, actually.
I mean, he's a really genuine, thoughtful designer, and the trick for him is going to be to balance the commercial aspect, and he has some really commercial things that he's doing. When you came to the challenge, you wore a suit. Why?
I think I've always been like too much of myself and not enough of CFDA Vogue, maybe, so I was trying to...
You should never feel that way, because you're so creative and you have such an interesting style.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you on Monday.
Yes, we will.
I think when someone is so creative and is so outside of what you normally see, you want to see an environment that kind of reassures you that it's real and it's how they see the world, and it was cool.
David Hart is here. Great to see you. Nice to see you.
Andrew Rosen founded Theory and is sort of famous in the fashion world for being incredibly smart about business.
How much business do you do?
We're just doing over 100,000 in sales every year, and
How honest you want me to be with you?
brutally.
Come on, you want to go to my office? I think that probably the winner of this competition is someone who we see can shape or be influential in the American fashion industry in years to come. I like to invest in companies that have gone from being an experiment to a business. You've done very well in a lot of the different challenges. I think everyone has been very impressed with how you express yourself and your brand. However, your brand has no business. Your clothes are very quirky. There's not a lot of men that are going to be able to wear those clothes. Right? You're not wearing your clothes. You didn't come in your silk printed shirt or one of those.
Yeah, not today.
Sweaters. Not today. I think you'd be better off taking a singular category and blowing that up and making a strong statement in it. Like, imagine if you designed a whole line of those sweaters. Then it would be very easy for a customer to come in and say, I love those sweaters, I want to put them in my store. If you think about it, all the great companies did not start out like this. They started out with a singular idea. Got to figure it out. David Hart is got a lot of ideas and creativity, and he's plugged in a way, but his business is so small.
Even though this was an intense meeting, for me, it really opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I think for someone like Andrew to be that candid and that honest is, something that I need to hear.
Honestly, we have no idea who the winners are going to be until the very last morning when we sit down and talk about the 10 finalists.
Just like 4 months ago when all of the judges met to determine the 10 finalists, they meet again this morning to deliberate who the winner and the runners-up will be.
All right, we're all here.
Should we just go through them one by one? Maybe that's the easiest way. Yes.
I think this year we have to be open to all sorts of different ideas of what constitutes a winner. So you're looking for that potential, you're looking for that vision.
I think everyone has a very different perspective on what they're looking for. Every judge needs to get to say their piece for each person.
It's impossible to go in there with a preconceived notion because you never quite know what's going to happen.
Let's start with Baldwin, Matt Baldwin. I think they've done a decent job throughout the program. Maybe they fell short a few of the times, whether it be on the design challenge or the Instagram video.
I agree with you. I think they've been incredibly professional. What I would question is the creativity.
It just hasn't clicked. The relevance to this competition hasn't clicked. And I think maybe some of that is because they're in Kansas City and they're very removed.
I just don't know if the clothes mean that much. Like, I haven't been excited or surprised by them.
To me, it's just too basic and too simple.
As we look at the finalists over the few months, there are times when we wish that they had pushed themselves a little harder.
All right, Chris Galenis, CG.
The work, I think, is good, but he's early in his development. He's only been in business 2 years.
He doesn't have any infrastructure.
David Hart, who
Won everybody's heart. No?
and he consistently did a good job on everything we asked him to do.
Yeah, he's terrific. I mean, he's a fantastic guy, but there is no business there at all.
Is it like $100,000?
Yeah. It gave him a real sort of serious conversation about what he was doing.
Does he just not want to be in business?
No, he does. He doesn't know how.
It's hard to know what to do with David because everyone really likes him, but he doesn't sell any clothes. He's got no business. He could have a business, but he just has no idea what to do.
All right, Thaddeus, what can you say about Thaddeus?
He's so close to having something. I hope he figures.
He is so far from having something, it's not even funny. He is so
He needs
far
to
from
get
having
real.
something.
He needs to get off the surfboard and into the boardroom.
It can get contentious because they don't always agree.
But if you come in and said, like, I'm going to just be luxury surfwear and it's going to be awesome and everyone's going to have fun, then we'd be having a different conversation.
He's the only designer I've ever asked who's been through this program who's answered no when I said, how's your business changed since you've been picked for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund?
And he said no.
No, not really. All right, let's move on to John and Scott from Baja East.
They're very likable. I bought some things, that's all.
We can help them, whether they win or not, with some experts.
The clothes are super expensive.
Yeah, positioning is another issue too. The pricing is, they sit with Celine and Givenchy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
When I actually went to visit, I thought there were some very nice clothes, yes.
I did not love their design challenge.
They would benefit almost the most of anyone from some advice and a little bit of money because they're nearly out of...
Yeah, they're nearly out of money.
That's before I pay my bill.
All right, let's move on to Brother Velez.
I'm a big Brother Velez fan.
That's the shoes? I love her.
But is there the talent there? I know we love the story.
She definitely has a kind of DNA. Do you see any shoes there that you can say, definitively those are hers? Yeah, if I saw somebody dressed and was wearing one of her flats or something, I would know it.
Younger people particularly are so much more concerned with where something is made, how it's made, the sort of ethics and integrity behind it. I think that there's a cultural shift that I think she owns.
It's resonating with an entirely new generation of customers, and I see it every day.
All right, Becca and Chromat.
I personally think that Chromat is incredibly talented.
I like sort of her wearable tech thing, even though it's not really perfected yet. I mean, there's some things to like about her.
I thought her stuff in LA did not look good.
It's still an art project.
I find some of the clothes kind of a little Comic Con when we get into kind of cage dresses and the huge towering platform. But the swimwear, the underwear, the performance wear, the activewear is kind of fantastic.
I think she's someone worth betting on. And she's done all of that on her own back. She has the beginnings of a business.
Well, she's going places. I mean, there's no question.
Now Cadet.
I think these guys have a business and these guys will continue to be in business. And I think they have a real chance in developing a women's business on top of that. These guys, I like what they're doing. I just, maybe it's not as innovative or new is the only issue.
Well, can we kind of just talk about Cadet, David Hart, and Gypsy all in one conversation?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with rewarding one of them regardless of the size of their business. We're going to make a statement that we believe in you, and I think that will help their business.
We've never had people who have such a tiny business really be considered at such a deep level.
I think Gypsy Sport is an amazing guy, but he's tucked in the corner of a garment district factory, and who knows what's going to happen.
There are people like John Galliano that started off just like that.
Yes.
I'm in love with Rio at Gypsy Sport. I think his creativity is great, and I think he's got a real eye, and I think it could be developed.
Should we move on to Jonathan?
Yeah, I think we all like Jonathan, right?
He has basically been someone who has stumbled his way through this. He has been constantly nervous. I have spoken to him and said, you've got to try and step it up, but he just doesn't do it.
But maybe something like this will give him the confidence and bring him into the picture, because he's sort of been outside of the fashion, American fashion scene. The challenges do matter. Simkai has not done as well in some of them, but you have to see beyond that and see what really is inside of Jonathan and where he can end up and how he can be a force in this industry.
I think he's great. I think the clothes are easily the most polished of all of these people.
They look great on the runway in Los Angeles. And I want to have a women's wear designer in the top 3 very much.
You know, it's like, what are we rewarding here, guys? I mean,
agree.
that's the question.
I agree.
The question now is do we have a clear winner?
The variety of these people is so wide. I would find it very difficult to have a winner.
I just feel like we picked these people, we had a competition, they've done their job, now it's time for us to do our job.
Should we vote on it? I think we need to vote.
It's an anonymous secret ballot that takes place at the end of the conversation.
And we do have a winner. So.
Good.
All right. So
thank you all.
See you tonight.
Well, you're not going to tell us it was?
No.
You don't want to know.
No, don't tell them, Stephen.
All right, thanks.
Oh, Stephen, tell them.
It's emotional for me tonight because I'm very excited to find out personally who the winners are, because we really don't know. There's a lot of anticipation.
They're sort of crossing a threshold in a way. They work out of their apartment, some of them, and to go from being in your apartment to being in front of the red carpet and people screaming your name, it's very exciting.
I have the very lucky perspective of getting to work with people and really see everybody's strengths. And it feels really personal. So that final night is certainly emotional for me.
Now that we're kind of coming to an end, I think you get into the fund based on the merits of your business at that point, but then the whole process is really testing, can you make it to the next level? I really believe in clothes that elevate and empower the women that wear them. When you see the first look come down the runway, and it almost feels like I'm the only one in the room.
Chris is a bright young designer. He's talented. He himself has moments of brilliance.
I definitely feel like I've learned a lot through this process. I didn't study fashion, I didn't study business, and here I am running a fashion business. So this process has also been validating. I kind of make scaffolding for the body. You're strong, you're powerful, you're taking over the world.
I think Becca is enormously talented. I think she's really clever and creative and interesting.
Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger is true. I don't regret jumping in and just throwing the sails up and seeing what happens.
We do American luxury playwear. This is the Burning Man prom. I just wanted to be like this surfarama.
I have a whole lot of love for Thaddeus. I think he obviously personifies his brand. I think he sort of lives his brand, and he's very passionate about what he does.
This has just been an intense 4 months. I've done my best, and I don't think I would have done anything in this competition differently. My name is David Hart. I started this collection in 2009.
The first time anyone sees women's wear from David Hart will be in the November issue of Vogue. That just is insane.
David Hart has been a bit of a sleeping giant in this process. That quiet focus kind of makes him a bit of a David and a Goliath.
I think I'm ready in my career for this. It was really for me being able to showcase, I think, to the fashion industry what I was capable of, and really define more of the story through the challenges.
It's a sense of sophisticated casual, which has been my design aesthetic from the beginning. There's an honesty there, there's a grit there, there's a modernity with progressive art.
Matt has aspirations for Baldwin to become a full lifestyle brand. The opportunity is there for him if he knows how to articulate that vision.
When we started this process, we were sort of an underdog in this competition.
We are better able to look at ourselves and look at our brand and, see our strengths and things that need improvement on. I think it also taught us that we have range.
We are a menswear brand originally based in Brooklyn. Our event that we created an outfit for was the opening of Hamilton the musical.
You got tickets.
We did get tickets.
Cadet, I think there's some authenticity there. There's a soul to what they do. And I think they can have a nice business.
What we've done through this competition is
Scott and I, every single challenge, have set out to keep true to our brand and push ourselves.
Almost 2 years ago, John and I launched our collection, Baja East. We wanted this to be our statement.
Baja East, I like them, and they're ambitious guys, and there's something cool that they have going on.
Each of the 10 finalists have given their all, shown us their talent, and tonight they see that all this hard work that they're investing in pays off.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I would like to introduce my friend, founder, heart and soul of the fund, the one and only Anna Wintour.
Thank you so much, Diane. Our heroes tonight are our 10 finalists. You are a truly remarkable, lively, and independent group. And now to introduce the winners, we have a great actress and a Hollywood movie star, Amanda Seyfried.
Tonight, to reflect the strong and very diverse mix of this year's finalists, the judging committee have decided to award 3 equal winners who will each receive $300,000 and a year's mentoring. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The winners of the 2015 CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund Awards are...
This is that one moment where it's as close as it will ever be. And, you can taste it and you can smell it and you want it.
I'm nervous and sweaty, and it's so nerve-wracking. I am crossing my fingers.
We want to win. I fought tooth and nail to get to this point.
All right. Brother Vellies.
The Fashion Fund has been crazy. It's a test of endurance for sure. But at the end of the day, I think that what I'm doing is actually changing the landscape of fashion, and it's showing that fashion has the ability to sort of bring together a greater good.
It was pretty without question that we were going to have you part of the program this year.
Wow. I'm a shoe designer, and we produce everything in Africa.
I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
She's a star, totally. She looks amazing.
Aurora, I love her work. Her product is designed in a way that really is reflective to where fashion is today.
Thank you so much to the judges for believing in me. I would just urge you guys to really involve Africa in the conversation instead of just taking inspiration from them, because it's such a beautiful place. Thank you so much.
The next one is Jonathan Simkai.
I'm excited about everything I have been able to accomplish. Yes, there are definitely moments of weakness or vulnerability. You are who you are, and you can't beat yourself up too much about what you're not doing, and it's important to start focusing on what you are doing.
I'm Jonathan Simkai. I've been designing for 5 years, and I design women's wear.
This is you in Vogue.
I tried to experiment and try new things that I haven't done before.
Crushed it.
Jonathan has a platform in which to operate from. He's got a business, he's got a following, and as he matures, it will help shape his vision for his company.
I can't believe I'm standing up here. As a young boy from Westchester folding jeans in a local boutique, I would never imagine myself standing here in front of all you amazing people. It's truly humbling to share a title with each and every one of you. You've inspired me more than you know. Thank you so much.
Okay. And the last one is Gypsy Sport. Rio.
Throughout the competition, I've been making a name for my brand.
You got picked for CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund. You're one of the 10 finalists.
I use a lot of bungee in this collection because it was on sale.
Rio! Look how fabulous that is.
She's wearing Gypsy Sport to the premiere of Star Wars 3D.
Gypsy Sport, he's the most original designer I've seen for a while.
I was the first to graduate high school in my family, and I want to keep going up from here.
Wow. Hi. Oh my God. I'm not a fashion person. I mean, I am actually, but growing up, I always felt like I was wrong because I wanted to be part of a world that maybe didn't want me. That's why I started Gypsy Sport, to make something that was more inclusive. Thank you so much. God bless.
Stop crying, gorgeous girl.
I was floored. I'm so grateful to have you on. If I can do it, literally anyone can do it.
I never expected this. I really didn't. It means so much because I'm an outsider and I'm an underdog in a lot of ways to this industry. So it means that I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I can't believe that I'm holding this right now. I'm so excited and inspired and motivated, and I feel like I just started and I have all this energy and adrenaline to just keep designing.
This is it. It's the last day they're all together. Certainly sentimental. It's a celebration, but it's bittersweet in some ways.
This is the beginning of what's going to happen to all these designers.
This is our future that we're investing back into. You're becoming part of a fellowship, of a part of a world that will always be there to help you and to support you. We're all very much looking forward to what next year brings. The fund's absolutely extraordinary, and I think something that can only continue to grow.
It's my little baby.